and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you, getting into my Mortgage Monday on a Tuesday. So I did not record on Monday. Today is Tuesday, and so I am recording today, yesterday, and over the weekend. I had a great time spending time with my father-in-law. I picked him up on Thursday. He stays with us all weekend long, and then I usually drive him back on a Monday. So that just happened to be yesterday, and so I didn't do my Mortgage Monday, but that was okay. We had a great time, great weekend, all the things, and I'm just so happy that it was here, and I'm happy to finally get into Mortgage Monday with you guys. So where did we leave off? What's been going on? What did we do? And how do I do my Mortgage Monday? If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. Mortgage Monday for me is just tracking the numbers of what we paid on towards the mortgage. Now we have our regular mortgage payment that's required to satisfy the loan, as well as the principal and interest of the loan, as well as our escrow that involves our homeowners insurance and our property taxes. So all that combined is our mortgage payment plus additional principal only payment. So when you see me pay my mortgage, you're seeing me put all of those items together into one payment. It's an auto draft thing. I don't have to think about it. I'm not used to having it in the budget, so the money is never there anyways, and it's paying down the mortgage quickly, and I'm super excited to see how far ahead we are now. Right now, July, this is what we closed out with, $243,150.28. The principal, this includes what the loan required plus $550, which is my principal only payment for the mortgage. Those two numbers combined here were $889.59 for last month in July. This number keeps going up, and then this number keeps going down, and I save money by making extra payments to this principal in the principal only payment of $550, and that pushes my mortgage out so far ahead. I will show you all the numbers, when the dates I started and where I'm at now here in a minute. But right now we're just going to go through where are we at here in the mortgage today. So I'm going to go ahead and take my new balance and make that my beginning balance for August before the payment was made, $243,150.28. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over the numbers of what the principal amount was paid, how much the new balance is, and what actual interest was paid. The interest doesn't affect the balance as far as the mortgage. Interest just satisfies the loan. This is the interest we're paying to borrow this money, and it just makes me sick thinking about it. But we're going to move on from there. So I have my notes over here, and I'm going to move this out of the way, and you're going to see how this works. Okay, so here is all the numbers. July 1st balance, that's new balance. This is what that was. I just showed you that number. My August 1st new balance after the payment was made is $242,256.25. So it dropped from $3,000 to $2,000. So it's almost not quite $1,000. I'm still paying just under $900 a month towards the principal, but paying that much is so amazing. Just so many benefits that come with making that extra payment and moving this mortgage faster is just unbelievable. Once you start doing it and you start tracking it, it just lifts the weight of the mortgage is lighter. It makes you feel like you accomplished something, like you can achieve this goal, you can achieve this dream, and you feel like you won't always have a mortgage for the rest of your life. So I love that. So the difference between those two numbers was $894.03. So that's the principal payment paid up to August. Okay, I'll show you that in just a minute. Intersave, Zillow. Okay, so we'll talk about the rest of this in just a minute, but right now we have $894.03 principal payment. Okay, so that was $894.03. Look how much closer I am to $900 this month. We go up about $4. I think it was $4.44 this month. At the beginning of my journey back here, I think when I started doing this last year, it was only like $4.06 or something like that here. So now that I've been doing this a year and a half, I'm at almost $900. I'm like a couple months away from being $900 in principal payments to the mortgage every month. So that is just beautiful, because once I get to the point where this principal payment is larger than the interest being paid, I am going to celebrate so much, because that is just a huge accomplishment right there. And we creep up $4 or $5 closer every time. So I'm really excited about that. Let me go ahead and write the new balance, which we talked about a minute ago. Okay, so here's the math of it, just to show you this is the actual number, $243,150.28 minus the $894.03. And there's the number, $242,256.25. Now the actual interest that was paid, did I write that down, actual interest? I did not, but I do have it on my notes over here off to the side. And we paid $1,203.73. So as you can see, every month it goes down just a little bit. I mean, from last month it was down, let's see, $4.44. So this goes down $4.44, and this went down $4.44. That's an interesting fact. I didn't realize that's what was happening here. But because when I make this payment, $550, the minimum principal that I actually have to pay as far as a principal payment, let me pull out my amortization schedule here and show you. The minimum I actually had to pay if I didn't want to do the extra $550 was, here's August. Forgot to check off July there. August. Oh, so many colors. There we go. All right, all I had to pay was $289.46 if I stuck to this amortization schedule. As you can see, I've paid well far in advance of this by adding the principal only payment, and this is where the numbers would be. I would be at this $253,793.81, and I'd be paying $1,268.30 in interest. Because we pay so much into the mortgage, it pushes us 2 or 3 months at a time. And we are actually right here, we go 2 months, because when I did the totals, and it's always an estimate when I do how far ahead we are, these are fixed numbers. These numbers actually came from a printout I did of our amortization schedule, and it had every payment that we needed to make for a 30-year loan, except for the first one we actually made, because that was a different bank. They sold the loan as a month into having our loan, and then so I went ahead and printed the amortization schedule. So I have to add this number in when I'm working with the interest amount, but we have jumped so far ahead, and we are closer to this number here, this $242,352.41 than we are to this other number. There was like a $90 difference of some, roundabout, and then this was like $300 difference. So I only want to jump 2 ahead and be closer to the actual number than jump 3 ahead. And that happens like every few months. We'll jump 2, and then we do 3 months for a long time, and then we jump 2 months ahead. So there is a rhythm to the math that is happening here, but that is where we're at. So now I gotta find a colorful highlighter. Hold on a second. Mild liner here, and I guess it's an orange color. I don't think they have their names on it. And I'm gonna do July of 2027. Paid up to that one, and August of 2027. So that's how far in advance we have paid. We're literally 3 years ahead. This is August of 2024, and I'm paid to August of 2027, which is a beautiful sight. There we go. So I always like to write the date where we hit this time period so I can refer back to it. I like jumping back and forth like that. So this is where we're at this August right here, 2024. on how many payments we have made in total, but this is actually where our mortgage actually is. The balance of leftover, not the balance left over, but the new balance of the mortgage. This is where we're at. So it's moving along very quickly. We're jumping over not having to pay certain interest payments for a couple months because we jumped so far ahead, and then they have to recalculate the interest and then move forward from there. So that is really, really interesting. So there's that. Now I'm going to show you, just as another way of looking at it, the entirety of my mortgage. So I love doing this as well. I have October of 2022. That was the first mortgage payment we made. And here is the amount of our mortgage. Make sure you can see this well. As you can see, I have October 2022, the beginning, and then the first 3 payments I made. I did not have an extra principal only payment. I just did whatever the amortization schedule had planned and just did the regular thing. And during this time period after we got the mortgage, my husband and I were discussing, do we do this? Do we not? Are we fully committed into making a principal only payment? And the answer was yes. we're all in on that. And the reason we're all in on it is if we stop making this $550 extra principal only payment that we have automated in our bank account, this loan will not be paid off before we turn 65. In fact, if we didn't do anything and didn't do anything extra and did a 30-year loan, we would have a mortgage payment all the way through our retirement years, and eating up a good portion of the money that we would be living off of. And we did not want to have a mortgage payment. So this is just amazing to me to look and go, I know as long as we make this payment at 65, when my husband turns 65, our Social Security age is actually 67, but we want to retire at 65. So if we want to, this mortgage would be paid, and literally what we're paying right now almost equals his VA disability that he gets. So as long as he keeps getting it and he gets it at the amount he's getting or a little higher, then yeah, we can keep that money instead of paying it towards the mortgage. So that is a beautiful thing to see, and it just blows my mind, especially the interest part of this. So the principal we've paid in total since the beginning of our mortgage is $17,843.75. That's how much we've paid down the mortgage from this $260,100 to the $242,256.25 where it sits today. So that's how much we've brought it down in, I think October of this year would be 2 full years. So October to October is 1 year, and then a year and 8 months is what we've done so far. We're almost to 2 years after October, so you'll see that number coming up, how much 2 years looks as far as paying down the mortgage. And this is the actual interest that has been paid every time we make a payment. And then this is the total for that number. So what I always do to show you guys how much we've saved in interest we will not be paying in the future, this is money back in our pocket that we don't have to pay when we're just getting Social Security and retirement benefits, which I'm so excited about. And that is the goal. That is our main money goal, is if I go back here to, I think this number here, where we're actually at on the amortization schedule, because this is where the number is here, this 242, and this is the closest to it. So we have that. This number, this 72,000, is what the interest we would have paid if we did not have an extra principal only payment. And because we didn't, and we were at this point, wrong numbers, $72,861.92 is the interest we would have paid if this was August of 2027. And since that's where we are on the amortization schedule, that is how much interest we would have paid, plus this extra one that was part of a different bank. I'm going to add this 129833. And so that's where I got this number from, $74,160. So instead of having to pay that, I subtract how much we actually paid, which is right here on this spreadsheet. This number, I put it right here, and right now we're sitting at $45,175.52 of saved interest we never have to pay because we moved so far ahead in the amortization schedule, because we made an extra principal only payment of $550 a month since January of 2023. I don't care where you are in your amortization schedule, just print where you're at right now. And if you're not adding extra payments, start adding extra payments and watch your mortgage go down. Watch how much sooner you're going to advance in getting it paid off. Watch how much interest you can save. It's so motivating to see this. This is, I mean, $550 a month payment is nothing to sneeze at. It is, and in our situation, we're cutting off our mortgage so close to retirement. This is like life right here for us. This is life-giving. This is being sustainable in the future. This is not us in our 30s trying to do this. We just bought this home a couple years ago, and it is our forever home. And because it is our forever home, we want not only to maintain it and take care of it, but we also want to make sure it gets paid off, and paid off while we can still pay it off with the income that we're making before we use our retirement income. I don't want to use my retirement income paying on interest. I want interest gain, not interest loss. So gaining this interest back, cash in our pocket for the future is so valuable and important to me. I don't think I will ever stop this until this mortgage is gone. So I pray that we can continue this and no hardship comes up that we would have to stop doing it. If we did, I would. I'm not against it completely. It's such a beautiful picture to see that I can't let that go. And coming back and sharing this with you guys keeps me motivated to protect that $550 mortgage principal only payment, to make sure that we are getting this mortgage paid off before we retire. And that's just a huge motivator. It's worth more than I can even explain. So that is the video. That is where we're at right now. I know it's a short and sweet video. They usually are, hopefully. And I hope this inspires you in your mortgage payoff journey. I've had several of you come in and talk about that with me. There's one YouTuber that I have been talking to. Let me see if I can get her name. So I have been chatting with a humble budget financial minimalist list 344. That is her channel handle, I guess. And she has 40 subscribers, and she has a few videos here. And she bought a home, and she talks about her paying off her mortgage, kind of like I do. And so I just love the conversation we've been having, and I hope she enjoys this video. If you do, let me know if you don't mind the shout out. I've also talked to and shared my thoughts with somebody else that did a mortgage payoff video and on her video, and her channel is called Budget Stuff Save Repeat, and I love watching her channel, so go check her out. And yeah, and I just love the fact that the way she's been doing it, because not only is she making an additional mortgage principal only payment, she's also got it set up on a bi-weekly schedule. So if you have a mortgage and you get paid every other week and it follows with your paydays and you can budget this way, or even if you don't and you can make the budget work this way, if you get your budget to where your monthly payment is bi-weekly, every other week for your mortgage, you can have an extra mortgage payment automatically kind of put towards total of the year. So it'd be like paying 13 months instead of 12 months towards your mortgage. That's what what would happen if you did a biweekly mortgage. And you can Google that and find out what the definition of a biweekly mortgage is and how that works as far as your mortgage goes. And it's an easy, simple way to add one extra payment every year, and it doesn't necessarily impact your budget as hard as doing a full on, several $100s or $1,000 or whatever it is that you're paying every month to pay down a mortgage. So that is what we're looking at. So yeah, that's my Mortgage Monday on a Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing, blessed day. Bye.
You said that you needed me like a car.